Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. People, I have been counting the 100 most unhealthiest foods on the planet. And not everyone's game for this, and that's okay. Come on back. I'll be done in a few days. I'm just doing 5 a day. I'm doing it because it's helping me, and that's pretty much why I have the channel anyway. As a compulsive overeater, as someone in recovery, as somebody who certainly is on their healthy plant-based vegan walk and understanding it's a better way to live, I don't mind reminding myself of why I say no to standard American diet cuisine, if you will, the sad diet. I'm way over that, but I want to remind myself why. And when people ask, I certainly want to be able to inform them of why their food may not serve them. So I'm going to continue. We are on number 36 through 40. This is French toast. That was a mainstay for me. Again, I was really allergic to eggs in pure form, but a little bit of egg on the toast cooked didn't seem to bother me too much. Of course, now I understand that it is an animal product and just the cholesterol and everything does not serve us at all. In terms of bread, my friend Tanny Raw always says the whiter the bread, the sooner you're dead. You can look up Tanny Raw on any social media platform for health, and that stays with me every time I want white bread. But I basically don't do bread at this time. Not as a carb thing, it just doesn't serve me. There's no reason for it. I don't really eat sandwiches anymore. What I like most about my current way of eating, at the very least, if I do anything like that, it is absolutely an exception and not the rule. I mean, I used to have bread every single day, if not every single meal, and don't even get me started on the amount of bread I could consume at like a dinner table, right, with butter on it or whatever. I can't really even imagine. Like right now, I just can't believe I used to just spread butter all over bread. It doesn't even make sense to me, really. But yes, I certainly did. So let's get on with French toast. What is the story? It says the unhealthy ingredients are sugar and sodium. And again, I will say egg, right? Because that's an animal product, it's a problem. So it says if you make the right choices when eating French toast, it isn't necessarily all that bad, but ordering this breakfast dish out at a restaurant changes everything, as it just adds more fat, sugar, and salt to a meal already high in fat, sugar, and salt as it is. This is from Eat This Not That, and they are straight up, and I really appreciate them for that. They're getting on the Cheesecake Factory again. The last couple of days, they've been talking about Applebee's, I think, but they're back to the Cheesecake Factory. It says Cheesecake Factory's brulee, like, brulee, the dessert. They actually brulee the French toast, and it has nearly 3,000 calories. Are you kidding me? So that's called creme brulee, right? Yeah. And they brulee it, and it has 3,000 calories. Wow. Which is more than a day's worth of calories in your very first meal of the day. Straight up, right? Eat this. Instead, to quell your sweet tooth craving at breakfast, make a smoothie. I'm all in, fresh fruit, alongside a breakfast sandwich. Not so much, with a side order of eggs. That's a no for me. Or try your hand at your own French toast that has plenty of fruit, protein, and fiber. I do make French toast for my husband sometimes. He's not as into it anymore, which is fine with me. Number 37, croissants. Sometimes for some reason people think croissants are like a lesser evil. Let's see what's up. The unhealthy ingredients are the vegetable oils and the margarine. And we've already learned that. Vegetable oil is completely empty of nutrients. Margarine is basically plastic. I mean, seriously. Okay, we know. Biting into a buttery, flaky croissant is unlike anything else. But if you eat too many of them, pretty soon your belly could transcend your belt buckle. Straight up. A butter croissant from Dunkin' Donuts. And shout out to Dunkin' Donuts. Now, granted, this is not my food and I'm not even in there, but my gosh, how did they go from this silly little donut shop that was going to die out 15 years ago to like one of the top competitors with Starbucks. I mean, talk about rebranding. Now, I'm not saying you go there. I'm just saying as a business person, I'm like, dang, they did amazing on rebranding themselves and becoming so popular and demand again. Amazing. But that said, a butter croissant from Dunkin' Donuts has 19 grams of fat, which is 24% of your daily value. 340 calories. This is just one, you guys, and 8 grams of saturated fat, which is 40% of your daily value. And you're likely eating all that before you even make it to work in the morning. And people often have more than 1 or 2 or 3 croissants, right? And that's just for plain. If chocolate croissants are your go-to, you're looking at consuming upwards of 16 grams of saturated fat. That's the bad kind, right? Per pastry. From Au Bon Pain, but I'm sure it's not pronounced pain, but pain is right. 80% of your daily value worth. Wow. Instead, grab some oatmeal if you're into that to start out your day. Oats have plenty of fiber, and if you add in some fruit, you're getting a well-balanced breakfast. Now, someone who's looking for a delicious pastry and wanting to bite into that probably will not be content. For me, if I stay away from either of those, I'm better. If I go with just fresh fruit, I am better. And greens, I am better. Like, I'm never provoked if I'm eating properly. So if I'm eating fruit, if I'm eating vegetables, if I'm eating plant-based, fats like avocado or flaxseed or any of that, if I even dare to dehydrate something like my apple wraps or my spinach wraps, which again is an exception. I do those occasionally, right? I have nothing provoking me. My body is completely fulfilled and I am good. It's more mental at that point, but even my mind, shout out to Coconut, my monkey, even my little monkey mind has been quiet. Yep, quiet. And I'm so blessed for that. I'm thrilled. I'm totally thrilled. So I can't really go there and think I can have a little bit of bread or a little bit of oatmeal because that will wake up that center of my brain again that goes crazy. Okay, soybean oil. Again, oil is never going to serve us. The whole food is always best, right? So the unhealthy ingredient is found in so many processed and packaged foods, but soybean oil may be just as bad for you as sugar. That's interesting. There are studies that claim the oil can be linked to obesity and harm liver function, and those are hyperlinks. Eat this instead. When in doubt, it's best to avoid foods that contain soybean oil, which we know is very hard to do, as it seems to be in everything. Only processed everything. I've yet to find an orange with soybean oil in it. I've yet to find a head of lettuce dripping from soybean oil, right? So only processed nonsense. When you're cooking, though, there are tons of other oils you can turn to, such as avocado oil and even ghee. Wow. Which is a clarified butter. Yeah, that's a no. Which both have high smoke points. So they're just saying they heat up very quickly. All right, number 39, canned soup. Canned soup. Another thing that I occasionally give to my husband. I prefer to just make him fresh vegetable soup, but, we do our best. Unhealthy ingredient by far is sodium. And, of course, there's the whole controversy of the can itself, right? And what can leach into the food from the can. So that's another story. Typically dubbed a healthy, soothing meal, soup truly is one of the least suspicious diet saboteurs. Let me think of that. Saboteurs? Yeah. Diet saboteurs of them all. However, that's not the case with canned brands. What makes it so addicting, besides being appealing because of its low cost, many popular brands add excess amounts of salt. Some brands, like Campbell's Home-Style Chicken Noodle, contain nearly 1,000 milligrams or more than half your recommended daily intake, which can actually cause us to overeat, according to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition. Besides disrupting satiety cues, so your body knowing that it's full or that it's eaten at all, when you constantly flood your system with sodium, you can overwork your kidneys. That's a no for me. I will forever protect my kidneys. I've shared that story before. My doctor actually wanted me to take a little poison. Continue on the medication that's killing you, but just a little. Kill yourself a little slower, Juliana. Yeah, that's a no. I got off that medication so fast, her head spun. Seriously, I thought it was in The Exorcist. Bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Best decision ever. As a result, the sodium sits in your bloodstream where it attracts water. That's so interesting. Let's say that again. The sodium sits in your bloodstream where it attracts water, causing water retention and bloat, and making you look 5 pounds heavier. Straight up. Yeah. Eat this instead. Check out this hyperlink of the 14 best healthy canned soups and soup products, and of course the worst for more insight. I don't know. Luckily, I just don't do canned stuff as a rule. Every once in a while in an emergency, and if I do, whatever it is, I rinse it to the max. I let it soak. But I understand anything with a shelf life is dead. Let's be fair. It's just dead. And again, something about that leaching can. I should look it up, but not right now. We have enough to talk about. Number 40, bouillon cubes. I used to use bouillon cubes. I don't think they actually make them for vegetable stock. I think they only have them for like chicken and beef. And I'm not confused about the amount of sodium in those. It was insanity. But I do remember, it was interesting, little sidebar, when I was first trying to get well at all. Let's just say that I was getting sicker and sicker by the second. I was really sick. Like, I just couldn't keep anything down. I wasn't even at my most obese. I was just really struggling in a bad way. And I literally changed my lunch to just a container of bouillon. And I would just drink, but there's no way I did beef. There's no way I did beef or chicken. Let's be fair. There's no way. I think what it was is I just bought a bunch of the boxed vegetable, is it called vegetables? Bouillon? No. Bouillon. Sorry, people. It's after midnight and I'm struggling a little bit, just a little. But anyway, whatever it was. Come on, what is it called? Vegetable what? I know you guys know, and you're probably saying it right now. Whatever the vegetable stuff is that comes in a box and you pour it and use it as a soup starter. I just drank that warm. I mean, I was sick. I couldn't keep anything down. And that was the best I could do for a while, but I knew there was a lot of sodium. So it says the unhealthy ingredient is palm oil. Oh, God bless people who are being poisoned by the clearing of the forest and the burning and their poor asthma and everything's going crazy so people can have palm oil. And they're just putting palm oil in totally unnecessary products. For why? Excuse me. So palm oil, caramel color, another total poison. Yellow, number 5, and yellow, number 6. And they're not even mentioning sodium? That's weird for a bouillon cube. I thought it was like all sodium. So it says palm oil, caramel color, yellow 5, and yellow 6 are just a few of the unsettling ingredients found in a typical bouillon cube, such as Knorr's chicken bouillon cubes. In regards to palm oil, a meta-analysis, a hyperlink in the Journal of Nutrition, found this specific fat significantly increases the low-density lipoprotein, so the LDL, that's that bad cholesterol, compared with vegetable oils low in saturated fat, followed by potentially carcinogen, remember cancer-causing agents, potentially carcinogen contaminated caramel color. Oh, I can't believe that. I've had it so many times. And artificial coloring agents that may have adverse effects on activity and attention in children. Our poor little kids. You know, when I'm watching asthma go through the roof as a teacher, when I'm watching ADHD be proclaimed every single second, I just know it all comes back to food. I just know it does. When I see road rage, food, all of our responses to food. You know, when you eat live food for a live body, as opposed to eating dead food, right? People literally say, and I'm not bragging, people literally say, Juliana, you're glowing. Like civilians that I don't even know, you're glowing. It is literally the fruit and vegetables. There's a component in there that makes people glow, okay? And the anger issues start to dissipate because you're not putting toxins and dead food in your body. It's astounding. We'll talk about that another time. So it says, our poor children, it's in your best interest to be aware of what bouillon brand you're buying. To discover other items you should avoid adding to the pot on the stove, check out these. And of course, they have the 20 worst ingredients for weight loss. Eat this instead. Consider using an organic broth or chicken stock or vegetable stock if you're going to go in that direction. Separately, it's better than bouillon reduced sodium chicken base. Ooh. Hey, I got nothing to say, man. I used to eat a full chicken. I'm not kidding you. There was this place in Seal Beach. Can't even think of the name of it right now. It's still there. And oh my gosh, I'd get a whole chicken. I thought I was being healthy, right? I'd get like this whole chicken and just eat the white meat and pull it apart. And I was never a skin person. And oh, now I just think, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. How did it not register to me that this was a little person on a plate who a second ago wanted a life? Oh my gosh. Father, you know my heart and my infractions. Forgive me. We do better when we know better. And even worse, when we know better and we don't choose to do better. That is a problem. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. Let me know what you're thinking of all of this. If you have any interest at all, I am going to continue again, just for the record, so I can go back and reference these as I need. Until we talk again, best of all, know that you are blessed.